First shot of the day. Okay, now pros and cons of the Deerseeker Turkish horse bow at 60 pounds. This is the heaviest Turkish horse bow you can get from Deerseeker at 60 pounds. There's other horse bows. I do believe they're slated also as Turkish or just horse bows or professional horse bows. They go up to 80 pounds. I do not have one of them. This one has a lot of pros and cons. Pros are it's very aesthetic, pleasing to look at, aesthetically pleasing, if you will. I like it. It's got a lot of energy. It's accurate. I can hit targets up to 50 yards with this, just like that target, and it's fine. For that, it can be used for hunting. Always check your bow for wear and tear. I did the safety thingy video just a little bit ago, and I'm starting to see a little bit of wear right through here. It's got, I would say, some type of fiberglass right here over the wood. Could be bone. I don't know the makeup of the bow. It really doesn't go into a lot of detail on what this material is. This is wood. This is all wood and bamboo, I guess. It's got this backing on the limb, or on the belly of the bow, and I like it. It looks good. It's got some wrap right there for the to secure the backing, I'd say. You have an arrow pass already marked right here, and it's pretty well scuffed up, which that happens. I mean, you don't have an arrow rest, so your thumb is your arrow rest, and your thumb can get beat up by some of those fletchings, if you will. It says 60 pounds at 28 inches, and it's got the little Deerseeker archery horse wreath looking thing right there. Pretty nice. I've shown that on other videos. It's actually pretty nice. Got a knocking point on this. Probably going to have to give me a new string. I'm going to have to wax this. It's still got a little bit of wax on it. You still feel it. But I went ahead and tried and put some string silencers in this thing, so it looks like it's all frayed down here, but it's not. It didn't work out that great, so I took it off. Yeah, actually it did work, but it didn't. For whatever reason, it popped off. So I'll just have to put some other stuff on there, but I'm going to give me another string for this. I'm going to de-string this one here a little bit. I don't like keeping this one strung for too long, but maybe a day or two as I'm using it in all the shooting I'm doing for thumb draw. And I use this mostly for thumb draw. At 60 pounds, not having any finger protection when you're doing Slavic draw or combat archery technique, you really, really feel the string burn or pressure from a string. So getting into, the thumb draw with this, it works out great. Some of the cons are a lot of hand shock. There's no leather wrap on this. So at 60 plus pounds and you don't have any protection on your hands, you're going to feel that shock go all the way through. And yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of tension in this. It's not real easy to string. It's really easy to mess up, especially if you don't have everything lined up. With it so thin at the bottom, it really does need serious attention to detail when you string this thing. I put it through my feet, and yeah, I'll just de-string it real quick. And that's pretty much it. Look at how this thing is bent or curved, as you will. And that's just one of those things to where I look at this and I'm like, ooh, that's cool. But you see other ones that are almost circle in some of the other horse bows or equestrian archery war bows. Probably have the same amount of tension. I don't know the poundage, but some of them are 30, 35, 45 pounds. I chose 60 because I wanted a heavier hitting bow that I can maneuver with and I can really get into the woods. This total length on this thing unstrung. It's 40 inches. It's supposed to be 52 inches altogether strung. I didn't measure that, so I don't consider this a long bow. This is going to be a short bow. That's just the way it is. But it's a real good bow. I like it. It will handle the 7-liter Dragon 10 arrows real well because the thicker serving string in the middle causes the mouth and throat to clamp down real good on the string, so it doesn't really come off when you're using thumb draw on the thinner strings or not so thick strings, even though they're still 16 strand. This is 16 strand, I know that. I've counted this one. The other one's probably 16, 14, but they're maybe not. This is D97, maybe they're not D97, they may be D55, which is probably not as thick a string as I look at the numbers. I would think that the 97 would be thicker than the D55, so that would be something that you really have to pay attention to detail. Get you some D97 Flemish twist. Why Flemish twist? I don't know. It's just seems to be a better string for everything, so long as your bow is not wearing out and forming sharp edges and cutting the string, as with my previous video on my 60 pounder, the Mandarin Duck Black Hunter combat archery rig that I have. So that was I'm more upset that I didn't hit record so you could see what happened than I am that it happened, if that makes any sense. And I checked to make sure that I could get some limbs, and I can, but they're going to take weeks to get here, and they're going to be more expensive than buying a new bow. So I'm just going to get another bow from a different maker. Same kind of Black Hunter. It's no big deal. But that's where everything is right now. This, however, Deerseeker Archery, really awesome. I like a lot of their products, and we'll be getting some more different things. I am going to get the 80 pounder just because, and then go from there. So y'all stay tuned, subscribe, share, like, hit that algorithm up for a big, howdy do, and we'll get back with some more bow critiques. This is a really good option. I'm gonna get me a 30 pounder as well for more training and combat archery technique. This is lighter bows are a little easier to do, and I can really get into shooting them quickly. Now with a heavier bow, as I said, the stress on the bow for firing, 3, 4, 5 arrows in 10, 15, 20 seconds, that's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of, friction built up in the limb and the string. So you have to be very careful and pay attention. People say, oh, you don't need to check your arrows that much. I check them all the time because I do smack arrows when I'm shooting. I hit nocks and fletchings, and I'll show you some fletchings in the next video. I'll do another one on arrows, because that's something that really needs to be addressed. That I have holes in my arrows to where they've been hit by other arrows because I'm firing so fast in such quick succession, and they're grouping like literally on a dime. And there's a previous video or short for that. Put a dime on it, covers all 3 holes, 3 arrows in a dime. So that being said, yeah, you can do that, and it gets real close, and you tear fletchings up like no tomorrow, and you rat them out, especially if they're feathers. I mean, they just, yeah. So on my other ones, yeah, that's definitely a an issue. So y'all stay tuned, subscribe, like I said, and we'll get back with more bow critique, because I got some more. Because it's now the holiday season, everything should be caught up, or holiday season's over pretty much. After the first, I'll probably order 2 more bows and get us going with some different critiques. I don't know if I'm going to get this one in 30 yet, but I know I'm going to order a new Black Hunter at 60 left hand, and I may modify that one as combat archery, but I'm going to get a quiver for it as well, so that way I can use that for hunting. Do quick follow-up shots if I need to. So, but anyway, stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Try and stay dry. It's raining out there.